Have you ever noticed how some people can't stand it when they lose control over you? Whether it's in relationships, at work, or social circles, some individuals thrive on dominating others. But what happens when you refuse to give them that power? In today's world, manipulation often goes unnoticed. We've all felt it, the pressure to conform, to agree, to follow. Stoicism, however, offers a powerful insight. We have authority over our own actions, emotions, and boundaries. When we stop letting others control us, we reclaim our power and start living on our own terms. In this video, we'll examine what happens when people can't control you anymore, how they react, and how you can preserve your peace. Stoic principles will show you how to protect your boundaries and remain true to yourself. Let's dive into the strength Stoicism provides in taking back control of your life. 1. The need for control. In our fast-paced world, the desire for control is everywhere. Many people, consciously or not, attempt to dominate others to feel powerful or secure. It could be your boss at work, a partner, or even a close friend. We've all felt that subtle, or sometimes not so subtle, pressure to conform, to agree, or to follow someone else's expectations. These controlling attempts can take different forms: manipulation, guilt trips, or making you feel obligated to act a certain way. The problem arises when we let others dictate our actions. Over time, this behavior erodes our personal power. We start living according to others' desires rather than our own. The more we allow this, the more disconnected we become from our own values, emotions, and decisions. We may feel powerless, frustrated, or resentful, even blaming ourselves for not standing up for our needs. There is good news, though. Stoicism provides a clear path out of this cycle. According to Stoic philosophy, we alone can control our emotions, reactions, and choices. Everything outside us, the actions, words, and manipulations of others, is beyond our control. But we can always control how we respond. Here lies the power of Stoicism. Philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus taught that true peace and inner strength come from within. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. No one can make you feel anger, sadness, or frustration unless you permit it. Your emotional state is your responsibility, not the outcome of someone else's actions. So, how do we break free from being controlled by others? The first step is awareness. Recognize when someone is trying to manipulate you. Are they making you feel guilty for setting boundaries? Are they pressuring you to agree with something you're uncomfortable with? Are they using fear or shame to influence your choices? Once aware, you can take control of your responses. Stoicism teaches us to pause before reacting. Rather than immediately engaging or getting swept up in emotions, take a step back. Observe the situation and consider how you want to respond. Do you act based on your values, or let someone else dictate your feelings and actions? Another key aspect is detachment. This doesn't mean becoming cold or unfeeling. It means separating yourself from attempts to control you. You can empathize with others without letting their emotions dominate yours. When someone tries to manipulate you, recognize that it's their issue, not yours. You have the power to stay calm and unaffected. Recognize manipulation. Notice when someone tries to control you through guilt, pressure, or subtle tactics. Pause and reflect. When faced with emotional pressure, take a deep breath and ask yourself, how do I want to respond? Set boundaries. It's okay to say no if something doesn't align with your values. Protecting your peace is not something to feel guilty about. Focus on what you can control. You control your actions and reactions. You don't have to respond to others' manipulations. 2. What happens when people can't control you? When individuals realize they can't control you, they often shift tactics. Instead of direct manipulation, they may use passive-aggressive behavior, guilt trips, or emotional withdrawal. This can be subtle, but it's important to recognize. The first sign is often discomfort from the other person. They may become distant, withdraw affection or attention, or try to make you feel guilty for not following their wishes. This can be confusing, especially if you've been passive in the past. Manipulation relies on control, and when that's lost, manipulators may feel powerless. They attempt to regain dominance subtly, often aiming to make you feel insecure, guilty, or uncertain. They might even try to make you responsible for their emotions or use emotional blackmail to get compliance. Here, the Stoic mindset is invaluable. Stoicism teaches that we are not responsible for others' feelings or actions. Just because someone manipulates doesn't mean we must engage. We are not obliged to bear the emotional weight they place on us. Imagine a colleague who always takes credit for your ideas. You've invested months in a project, and they subtly undermine your contributions. When you start asserting your worth, they may resort to passive-aggressive comments, trying to make you feel guilty for rocking the boat or not being a team player. Stoicism provides an escape. Emotional detachment is key. Recognize that their reactions are not your responsibility. When you stop reacting to attempts at control, you regain power. There's no need to justify yourself. Their feelings about your choices are theirs to manage. Recognize the shift. When people can't control you, they may act distant or try to induce guilt. This change can be subtle, so stay alert. Do not react emotionally. Detachment helps avoid manipulation. Observe, stay grounded in your values. Set clear boundaries. Stand firm and let actions speak for themselves. Let go of guilt. Protecting your peace is not your fault. As people lose control over you, they may try these subtle tactics. But with Stoicism, you'll recognize and respond calmly. You no longer play by their emotional rules. You create your own, guided by your values and principles. 3. The power of boundaries. Setting clear boundaries is a crucial practice for maintaining your inner peace and emotional health. In today's world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by others' demands. Whether at work, in relationships, or social settings, people can sometimes push your limits, often without even realizing it. That's why establishing firm boundaries is essential for protecting yourself. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They're about safeguarding your mental and emotional space. They allow you to focus on your own values and priorities. When you set boundaries, you're essentially communicating that your time, energy, and peace are valuable and deserve respect. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that true strength comes from self-mastery. The Stoics believed that by controlling ourselves, we remain unaffected by external chaos. Epictetus famously said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This is why boundaries are vital for personal strength. By managing your reactions and determining your limits, you protect your energy and peace. For instance, imagine a friend who constantly asks for favors that leave you drained. At first, you might say yes out of obligation or guilt, but over time, resentment builds. Here, setting boundaries becomes essential. Instead of continuing to give without regard for your own needs, assert yourself politely yet firmly. "I'm unable to help right now, but let's find another time." This maintains your peace while still respecting the other person's needs. Consistency is key. Setting a boundary once isn't enough. It requires ongoing reinforcement, especially with people used to pushing limits. This doesn't mean being rude or confrontational, but it does mean being clear and firm. The more consistently you maintain your boundaries, the more respect you'll earn from others. Recognize your limits. Identify situations where you feel uncomfortable, drained, or taken advantage of. Awareness is the first step in understanding where your boundaries lie. Learn to say no. Saying no is an essential part of boundary setting. It's okay to decline when something conflicts with your values or when you need time for yourself. Prioritizing your needs doesn't require guilt. Consistency matters. Boundaries only work if you enforce them regularly. If someone crosses a line, remind them gently but firmly of your limits. Regular enforcement fosters respect. Reaffirm your self-worth. Every boundary you set reinforces your value. By protecting your time and energy, you demonstrate to yourself and others that you deserve respect. 4. When people resort to manipulation. When people realize they can't control you, they often turn to manipulation to regain power. This can appear as passive-aggressive behavior or guilt trips. Manipulation is usually subtle, so recognizing it is key to responding effectively. The first sign is often passive-aggressive behavior. Rather than confronting you directly, a manipulator may use sarcasm or indirect comments to create discomfort. Phrases like, "I guess you're too busy for me now," or "It's fine, I'll handle it myself," aim to induce guilt. Another tactic is guilt tripping, making you feel responsible for their emotions or actions. Statements like, "I've done so much for you, and this is how you repay me," are designed to undermine confidence, challenge your boundaries, and wear you down. At the heart of manipulation lies a desire for control. Manipulators want power. They're focused on making you act according to their wishes, not on your well-being. That's why recognizing manipulation is essential. If you allow it, you surrender your power and emotional stability. Their emotions start dictating your decisions, compromising your peace. The Stoic response is detachment. Instead of getting drawn into drama, Stoics advise observing the situation without impulsive reaction. Epictetus teaches that it's not external events that disturb us, but how we respond. When someone manipulates, their behavior is their responsibility, not yours. Your response is within your control. By maintaining emotional distance, you protect yourself from being controlled by others. For example, imagine a colleague who consistently takes credit for your work. When you assert yourself, they might use guilt or sympathy to paint you as unreasonable. Instead of reacting emotionally, the Stoic approach is to pause, breathe, and reflect. Recognize that their need to claim credit stems from their insecurities, not from your actions. This perspective helps you remain calm, understanding that their behavior reflects them, not you. 5. The power of saying no. One of the strongest tools in reclaiming control is the ability to say no. It may seem simple, but many find it difficult. We're conditioned to please others, say yes to requests, and avoid conflict. Yet constantly saying yes leads to burnout, resentment, and diminished self-respect. Saying no is an act of self-preservation. It safeguards your time, energy, and emotional health. It isn't about being rude or selfish, it's about honoring your limits. Saying no allows you to focus on what matters most. For example, a colleague may repeatedly ask for help despite your full workload. You may feel compelled to say yes to avoid seeming unhelpful, but constantly saying yes neglects your own priorities. Saying no here doesn't mean you don't care. It means you value your own time and energy. The key is to say no respectfully and confidently. Express empathy while maintaining your stance. "I understand you need help, but I'm unable to assist right now as I have my own tasks to prioritize." Saying no creates space for self-care and personal growth. Protecting your time allows focus on your goals and well-being, enhancing confidence and mental clarity. Practicing saying no makes it easier to prioritize what truly matters, letting go of draining obligations. Saying no also reinforces your boundaries. Boundaries are essential for healthy relationships, at work, in friendships, and within family dynamics. When we allow others to cross our boundaries by saying yes when we don't truly want to, we are essentially surrendering our power. Saying no, however, lets us reclaim control over our time, energy, and emotions. Practical steps for saying no. Recognize your priorities. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you and aligns with your values. Knowing your priorities makes it easier to say no to things that don't fit. Practice saying no. Start small with low-stakes situations. As confidence grows, saying no in more challenging scenarios becomes easier. Be clear and firm. When saying no, be direct and respectful. Avoid over-explaining or justifying your choice. A simple, polite no is sufficient. Don't feel guilty. Feeling guilt is natural, but remind yourself that saying no is a form of self-care. You're preserving your energy for what matters most. 6. The strength in silence. In a world full of noise, opinions, and reactions, silence can be one of your most powerful tools. Getting caught up in every event is easy, but often the wisest response is to stay silent. Silence helps maintain control over your emotions and thoughts. Impulsive reactions often lead to regret as emotions take charge. By practicing silence, you create space to reflect before responding. Stoicism teaches that we should not be ruled by external events. Instead, we should master our own emotions and actions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By embracing silence, we reclaim our ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react automatically. When tempted to argue or defend yourself, silence provides space to reflect. For example, if someone insults you, your instinct may be to retaliate. Choosing silence allows emotional detachment and prevents manipulative behavior from affecting you. With practice, this strengthens inner peace and clarity. Silence also enhances observation. Being quiet allows you to notice subtle dynamics, hidden motivations, or manipulations that might be missed in the heat of the moment. Silence is not passivity. It's a conscious choice to avoid unnecessary emotional turmoil. Epictetus said, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." Silence gives you control over your opinions, preventing others from controlling your mind. Pause before reacting. In stressful or emotional situations, take a moment to breathe and gather your thoughts. This pause helps you respond deliberately rather than impulsively. Don't feel compelled to defend yourself. Not every comment or criticism requires a response. Silence can be the most effective way to maintain boundaries and peace. Use silence to observe high-emotion situations. Step back, pay attention to words, body language, and energy. You'll gain insights into the scenario and your own reactions. Stay calm and focused. Silence helps maintain composure during conflict. Rather than being swept into emotional currents, stay centered while others reveal more through their actions. 7. The power of self-reflection. Self-reflection is a potent tool for personal growth and emotional resilience. It helps you connect with your true self, understand emotions, and evaluate actions. Stoics emphasized reflection as a method for self-awareness and life improvement. Marcus Aurelius often wrote in his journal about observing his thoughts, actions, and responses to the world. Without reflection, we can get swept up in life's chaos, react impulsively, repeat mistakes, act from frustration, or let emotions dictate decisions. Regular self-reflection creates space to pause, observe, and make conscious choices aligned with values. Self-reflection clarifies why we react certain ways. Have you ever become angry over something minor or upset by a comment? These reactions often stem from deeper emotions or unmet needs. Reflection allows us to ask, why did I react this way? What triggered this emotion? Identifying root causes leads to healing, growth, and better future choices. In Stoicism, reflection is a tool for learning from experiences and becoming a better version of ourselves. Epictetus said, "Wealth lies not in having possessions, but in wanting less," applied to material and emotional desires alike. Reflection helps distinguish between what we truly need and what we don't. It enables detachment from unnecessary emotions and attachments, fostering peace of mind. For instance, in conflict with a friend, instead of reacting with anger, reflect, what's at the core of this conflict? Am I feeling misunderstood or disrespected? Identifying emotions allows engagement with clarity rather than reactivity. Set aside time for reflection. Make it a daily practice, journaling, meditating, or simply a quiet moment to check in. Ask the right questions. Why did I react this way? Could I have acted differently? Thoughtful self-reflection leads to meaningful insights. Be honest with yourself. Reflection is about gaining clarity and improving, not justifying actions. Acknowledge weaknesses and areas for growth. Use reflection to improve. Identify areas for positive change in behavior or mindset. Reflection is for learning and growth, not dwelling on mistakes. In a world where others may attempt control or manipulation, Stoic principles offer a path to inner peace and strength. Through self-control, clear boundaries, and emotional detachment, you reclaim your power and protect your peace. Remember, you are the master of your emotions and reactions. By living in line with your values and reflecting on your actions, you remain steadfast despite external pressures. True power lies within you. With Stoic wisdom, you can navigate life with clarity and purpose.